Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Dawn. Mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, that's right, folks. We got 2 more episodes in season 2 to go over. And in the meantime, we're going to be doing the pro course on New Donk City today. So, if you watched yesterday's episode, you saw me get like a 17 under par. Yeah, that ain't happening on this one. I can assure you of that. In fact, I'm already starting to see things that I think I had forgotten about before. But, alright, well, you know what? Screw it. Let's try for a trick here then. If that's what we're going to do. But alright, we got episodes 12, 13. Yeah, 12 and 13 to go over for The Handmaid's Tale. And that will be the end of season 2. Alright, so as you probably remember there, the last episode ended off, Offred is giving birth to the baby. She was out in the middle of nowhere. She went out, she fired a couple of shotgun rounds to try and signal for help. She went in there, she gave birth to the kid, and last we saw, she was in there with the kid. Well, this one opens up, it's a couple weeks later. The neighbors found her. They came and got the help. And Offred is back with the Waterfords. The Waterfords, Serena has her baby. Oh my, she is very, very happy now. She's got her baby. Woo. Alrighty. Of course, Serena won't let June see the baby. So they gotta pump breast milk out of June, like somewhere else, and deliver it to him. So it is kind of a huge pain in the ass. Oh boy. So, June, she ain't pumping out enough milk. Starting to happen. So Fred, he brings the baby to her, lets her see the baby. As Lydia puts it, so we can prime the pump, you know. Alright. And so at that point, that's when June and Lydia's, with her help, convince Fred to let her move back in. Which, of course, is not going to sit well with Serena, who has been more than happy to be rid of her at this point. Oh, boy. Okay, now. Oh. Next, we are introduced. Alright, we have Emily coming to her new post. And we are introduced to Commander Lawrence. And now, I'll admit, some of the mild spoilers I've come across on Facebook already tell me this guy is important. But, oh my, I was immediately like, I like this guy. I'm drawn to this guy. Okay? Like, I don't know. So far, he is a pretty good, decent-sized mystery. Wow, I've never chipped in with the egg before. Cool. Alright. Yeah, Commander Lawrence is apparently, as Lydia tells Emily, he is the father of our economic system. And Emily's like, well, why such a brilliant and important man want such a shitty handmaid? Which is probably a good question. You know, this guy seems to have sincere contempt for all women, I've noticed. I mean, there's still a lot to unpack here, but Basically, we see him interact with Aunt Lydia, and he does not appear to have much in the way of interest in talking to her at all. And his wife, she don't seem to get much better treatment. She seems to think he's a monster. He apparently created the colonies. So probably more on that later. I like how he also mentions. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's a little bit of foreshadowing for you. So Emily sees something and she starts reading it, and Lawrence is like, hey, you know what the penalty for a woman reading is? It's a finger. You think that's fair? It used to be a hand back in the good old days. Of course, I'm a little confused because, again, like, this society is no more than 10 years old. I think it's like 3 is what I gather, that they've been in control of the government. How old are the good old days? The fuck? Oh, let's see here. Oh, we get a scene where Eden is talking to June, and June probably gives her some really, what would normally be good advice, but in this situation, probably pretty bad advice. So it's like, oh, in this world, I'd find love wherever you can. Oh, boy. Yeah, no way that's gonna backfire. Oh. Alright, easy on. And June, of course, reassures Evie, hey, I won't be around very long. Okay. So we get a scene June and Nick fantasize about where they would run away to. And we get a little bit more. We get confirmation. Yeah, apparently Gilead controls the entire continental United States. Like, they say, like, yeah, let's go to the West Coast. Like, no, it's still Gilead. Like, alright. I mean, I'm still just, like, not sold on the idea that any group could do this to the entire continental U.S. I was holding out hope that maybe this was like just New England and I could maybe see that happening. But alright, whatever. So I've suspended disbelief for worse. So. But anyways. They are then informed that Guardian Isaac did not show up to work this morning. And Nick is like, hey, I ain't seen Evie all day. Oh shit. Yeah. Turns out they ran off together. Oh. So, get a scene with Fred and June that's pretty good, talking about Evie. And Fred's asked, oh, why would you run away? And of course, June is at first like, oh, I have no idea. And Fred's like, yeah, you tried to run away. Couple of times now. And Fred was also like, hey, by the way, why? Were you, like, where were you hiding when we were there? Like, yeah, I'm looking for you. It's like, yeah, I was in the attic. Yeah, exactly. You was hiding because you didn't want to come back to us. And again, it's like, dude, you did rape her pretty bad, like yesterday. Oh boy. Alrighty. Of course, Fred, he's looking for some more fun time, and June's like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can play some Scrabble again sometime. Oops. So we get another scene with Lawrence and Emily. Okay, so this is good, alright? Lawrence is asking Emily, you know, like, at first Emily's giving the bullshit, like, yeah, well, I've been called to something higher instead of teaching biology and all that shit. And it's great because Lawrence is just like, yeah, I don't believe that bullshit. Nah, ain't what's happening. And okay, so he says something too about losing a limb or something, and like, then, oh, nice one there, Luigi. But I forget what he said, but it made me wonder, like, okay, so I'm still wondering what the fuck they did to her with the surgery. But he said something about losing a limb. You know what that's like. Or kind of like. And I was kind of like, no, so now I'm just wondering, like, did they, like, cut her clit out? Is that what they did? I mean, which, first off, that just gives another amazing layer to the hilarity of me having no fucking idea what the fuck they did. I'll admit that. But Jesus Christ. uh, now that's what I'm beginning to think they did to her. Alrighty. So Eden and Isaac, they're found pretty quickly by the rest of the Guardians. Because, you know, it turns out 15-year-old and a dumb young fucking guy in the army. Fucking. Turns out their planning wasn't all that great. Okay. Okay, so we get Eden and Nick talking, and Nick is trying to convince her, like, hey, they already got him for desertion, so, I mean, why don't you just tell them, like, you was taken against your will, you know? And she's just like, nope, I don't want this. I don't want to be with you, and I want to be with him, and I'm crazy and stupid, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So for man, that sin of lust, super gets them all apparently. But for the sin of lust, these two were sentenced to drowning at the gym at the Y. I mean, like, all right, and everybody is watching this shit again. Like, nobody is enjoying watching this. Everybody is horrified by this. What are we doing? You know? Oh, been that twice now. Cool. Good to know that is possible. Like, I don't know. It's nuts. Everybody is absolutely horrified. Like, we just drowned to, like, you know, like a 15-year-old girl, and the army guy's probably like 20. You know. Dumb. Beyond belief dumb. Anyways. So we get back to the house, and Serena is softening up a little bit. We start to see, and before she wouldn't let June see the baby at all, and now she ends the episode. We let Serena lets June hold the baby. All right. Man. Well, folks, that is the end of episode 12. And before we get into the finale, let's, of course, give a shout out to the show's sponsor, W Energy Drink. Gotta love that energy, clarity of mind, and focus. Especially, you need focus if you want to keep up with this friggin' nightmare fuel they call the Handmaid's Tale, man. Let me tell you what, man. It takes focus. It takes focus to mansplain this shit. Oh. And just a little bit more focus than I currently have in order to sink that lung bomb pump butt. But alright. Let's let that fill on up here. Do its thing. Settle down for a bit. And as always, folks, W Energy Drink. There's no jitters, no crash, nothing. Just pure focus. Exactly what you need for sinking them good friggin' putts and super hole-in-one, man. We're about to get like 9 more hole-in-ones. Holes-in-one would be the proper. There we go. Yeah. And of course, as always, folks, go to the link in the description. Use the promo code TDDD for the Daily Dose of Dawn. Enjoy 10% off your order. Pretty sweet, huh? Sounds good, huh? You get 10% just for listening to me mansplain the Handmaid's Tale to you. Jesus. That's worth it, ain't it? I think so. I think so. Alrighty then. We'll get back to the show. Oh. It would have been so sweet. Okay then. Alrighty. So going into episode 13. We are given the fun little fact that in this world, the bodies of heretics do not rest in peace. They are used as animal feed. You leave behind nothing but your clothes. Man, what a fun place. Alright, so they are going through eating stuff. Alright, and friggin' they find a Bible. Oh, shit. Aiden was reading. Oh no. So, June shows the Bible to Serena, thinking she's going to be like, oh my god, she had to hide the fact that she was reading and writing. Don't you think that's super fucked up? Of course, instead, Serena is like, well, looks like she was hiding a multitude of sins. Alright. That wasn't really the point, bitch. Alright. Next up, we meet Eden's father, who's there begging for forgiveness from Commander Waterboard. And we learn that it was actually Eden's father that turned her in as soon as she showed up with that boy. No. Now we're a little messed up here. So afterwards, June asks Fred, is like, what are they gonna do? What are you gonna do when they come for your daughter? Boy, now Fred's got shit to think about. What is he gonna do? Hold on here. This is way uphill, so. No, just barely not. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Fred really don't like that though, man. He chokes the shit out of June for that one. I forgot about that for a second. Super fucking high. Ah. So we get a little scene where Serena is talking with the other wives, kind of taking the temperature of the room and wants to know what they think about stuff. Alright. Seems to be worried about the daughter's future. And we go back. Oh, I'm loving this Lawrence guy. Emily and Lawrence have this ceremony for the first time this night. And she's getting all ready for it. And Lawrence, we still don't really know much about his deal, but he's just like, yeah, we're not doing that shit. I also point out Lawrence's, I don't know if I mentioned it, Lawrence's wife seems to be some kind of mentally ill or fucking, well, you know, probably, like, she's clearly crazy, being driven crazy, because he is clearly quite the piece of work. You know, we don't really know the extent of it yet. But this guy is great. He's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't care. I feel like he's the first one that actually, like, realizes that God probably isn't actually watching and probably doesn't care. Let's see here. So we go to the council. Serena wants to speak to the Council of Men. And says, we would like to propose something. And they're like, we? What do you mean, we? And, boy, it's all the wives. Woo, united front. Oh, my. And Serena says, we want to change the law and let women read the Word of God. And then she ends it by picking up the Bible and reading from it, breaking the law in public. Oh my. Gee, you ladies have given us a lot to think about. Oh, so afterwards, they're like, oh, not so sure you should have done that reading part, but, and they're like, yeah. And Fred comes out and he's like, oh, let's thank you again for our interest. And he's like, oh, so what are you gonna do? I'm gonna thank you for your interest. So nothing. And then all the wives leave, and Fred and Serena are there, and friggin'. And then. Bam! Fred is like, oh, by the way, honey, we gotta do something. And the Guardians come and take her away. And it's like, oh, no, 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 no! Yeah, no, you broke the law. You read. You're not supposed to read, honey. Oh, and what did Lawrence tell Emily the penalty for a woman reading was? Yeah, that's right. They get home later, and Serena has lost a finger. Oh, shit. That ain't good. Okay, then. So we go and we head back over to Emily and Lawrence, and they're getting a visit from Aunt Lydia. Now, like I said, this Lawrence dude, he don't seem to have time for any woman. Like, he don't even like that Lydia, because she dropped Emily off, and he was like, yeah, we're done here. Get out. So Lydia goes to talk to Emily, and she's like, hey, Lawrence tells me the ceremony went great last night. Awesome. Oh, boy. Even our most wretched can get forgiveness. Oh, boy. So Lydia runs her mouth just a little bit too much, and this fucking mass shooter in the making, Emily, ends up like fucking attacking her, like stabbing her in the back, and then like I think she like ends up kicking her down the stairs and shit. That she whooped her ass pretty badly. If I didn't know that Lydia's already, well, never mind, but let's just say I would have thought Lydia was dead, but she ain't dead. You know, this was a pretty good ass woman. And Lawrence's wife is like, oh, shit. Fucking. Oh, boy. Call an ambulance for her and stick Emily in her room. Okay, there you are. Oh, back at home, Fred tells June, hey, you know, it's against the rules usually for the handmaids to stay with the mother, but we can bend them if you want to behave. Of course, Fred, he's, you know, I don't think at this point June is all down for that anymore. At all. Oh, motherfucker. Let's see here. So Lawrence ends up taking Emily, sticking her in the back of those cage cars. Another one of those, like the same one that Serena had June in before. And he's just driving off. Like, I mean, again, this dude is just great. He's like, yeah, what, you want to listen to some music? Like, he's always got, like, happy music going. I love this guy. You know, like she just, like, you know, Emily pretty much knows she's in some shit. Probably about to die, is what she thinks. And this dude's just happy fucking music. Wow. Oh. Okay then. So back over at the Waterford house. All of a sudden there are some fires getting set all over the place. Nobody knows what the hell is going on, but all of a sudden, frig, man. Rita tells June, we can get you and the baby out, but you gotta go right now. Oh, shit. So, June makes her way through. Well, first June, she's got to get the baby. And on the way, she runs into Serena. But Serena, with her newly chopped off finger, is a little bit more likely to look the other way. Says, you know what? Maybe you ought to take that daughter out of here somewhere, you know? So Serena says goodbye. Alright. Then June makes her way through the hood. Fred sees the fire and realizes all the commotion that's going on. Alright. Ah, damn it. Alright. He realizes June is gone. And then, well, June works her way down there. And who is it that's waiting to get her out? But oh my, it's Lawrence and Emily. Yeah, that's right. When asked why you do or what are you doing, Lawrence just says, I'm getting in a heap of shit. Alright. Yeah. I assume I'm actually kind of interested into what his plan is. But that's what he says, and then he drives away. Alright. I want more of this guy. I want to know what he's up to. Definitely. But we got Emily and the baby in June. And there's another truck that's going to smuggle them out of the country. Alright. And June is like, or Emily gets in the back. And June hands her the baby. And June, for some fucking reason, is like, name her Nicole and tell her I love her. And then doesn't get in the back of the truck. And stays in Gilead. And then they drive away. That is the end of the season. Alright? Like, so seriously, I'm like, so she has her chance to get out with the baby. And she's gonna stay, I'm presuming, to get Hannah out. That's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I'm presuming. Like, she's staying because she knows if she escapes, she ain't never coming back. And she ain't coming back for Hannah. So she's getting Hannah now. I guess that's what I am assuming that it is, because that's the only thing that just doesn't sound totally stupid. But that's what I'm hoping it is. But yeah, oh, alrighty. Well, overall, season two continues the excellent pacing of this show. I have to admit, that's that's really the show's strength, is its pacing. Like, every time I start getting bored with it, there's a new what the fuck that I'm introduced to. Well, yeah. Uh, I like I said, I am super looking forward to more of this Lawrence character. I feel like I feel like he's the Saul Goodman of this show. I mean, he's showing up at the end of season 2, and he's gonna make it. He's gonna make the show. I've said all along that douchebag Fred ain't making it, and I'm actually reinforcing that prediction now. I predict Fred don't make it through season 3. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if he was gone like halfway through season 3, because Lawrence is now the man. Lawrence is the male character. This guy is like got 10 times more interesting than Fred ever could be. That's gonna be my prediction there. Well, alright, folks, before I forget, as always, if you're watching this on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, share button, hit all of it. Come on, helps out. We need the interaction. Comment. Tell me what an idiot I am. I'm sure I got some stuff wrong. Tell me about it. Alrighty then. Yeah, it looks like this is pretty close to done. This is finished up. Wow. I appreciate y'all listening. This will do it for season 2 of Mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale. I will have season 3 started up for you pretty quickly, since these videos seem to be doing pretty well. Alrighty. And as always, folks, keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of Dawn.